Bitcoins, what's up? Thank you for passing by. My name is Phil and I am from Mints and Drops. And today I'm having the pleasure to receive on the show no other than Patricia from the H Queens and the HEDERA Sentient platform, the golden one. Let's go. She is one of one. She launched her very own project late October of last year. She's coming up for some more heat next month. Plenty of alpha. Enjoy. Patricia, thank you so much for taking the time this evening for you. And how are you?
I'm doing great, Phil. Thank you for inviting me to be here. It's really a pleasure.
Honor
How about
is absolutely mine. I mean, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Fresh off the sea, fresh off the boat. I'm just glad to be back with my Asian family right now. And yeah. You got so much going on. Where do we even start? Sentient, H Queens. I'm probably missing one or two, right?
well, for now, I'm really devoting myself to H Queens and Sentient only because it was really a lot. So I decided to really stay focused and be sure that I can do my absolute best for both projects. So
that's smart. That's smart, but at the same time, it can get kind of absolutely crazy right here. It's a wormhole, right? Where the most time you spend is like, okay, and then there's another thing coming up, and another one, and another one. So yeah, that's felt. How's it going over at Sentient?
It's going amazing. Everyone is super excited with the new marketplace features, for example, and the community is so supportive toward us. It's really amazing. Yeah, it's really
lots of features, and absolutely the marketplace, the ease of use over there is absolutely nice too. What's your 9 to 5 over there? How do you throw everything up between you, Sam, and the rest of the team? How does it work?
Well, we are really casual and we have to be because it's not really a 9 to 5 in this situation because call it 24/7. It's more that case. So we are always on, always trying to be around for the community, to reply to tickets for onboarding because we also have the launch pad. So we are on pretty much whenever. When there's a ticket, when there's someone needing us, we try to always be on. And Sam is our dev, so it's really harder on him doing all the dev side alone. But on top, it is great because he knows what he's doing and he has full control over what he's developing, when to launch the new things, and he does them when he knows it's working like 100%. So I love that.
Yeah, the platform is absolutely elite, especially right before Christmas. I felt like, the peak was, everything was happening over there. I'm like, it was truly a moment where, you saw, with the koala launch right before Christmas. I was like, wow, he needs to be stopped at some point. Stop him, it was great to see.
I have a play with Sonia from Orbis 86. We say that Sam has 48-hour days, and ours are only 24. So
that's spot on for sure. And there's not enough 24 hours a day. That's for sure for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We're doxxed right now, of course. How well? Actually, our face, not our full name and whatever, where we live. How has this been for you? Because right off the bat, I think that's what you did with your PFP, right? I remember back in the days in our server. I see a cat in the back.
I told you this was going to happen.
How's it been? What's your relation with that, and how's it began?
So in fact, I joined crypto in early 2019. So I'm here for a while already. And when I did the part for crypto Twitter, I immediately used my own personal profile. I have my Twitter account since 2009, maybe. It's like really an old Twitter account. And it was what I used because I'm a very transparent person. And for me, it was always that situation that, okay, it's me, I'm here, I'm doxxed, so I have nothing to hide. And I started in mid 2019 doing content for a crypto platform as well. And it made sense for me, for people to know me. They were reading my content, they were checking my interviews, my vlogs, and it made sense that people knew who I was. And it's the same now in terms of project. So with H Queens, people are supporting my art and my charity work with H Queens. So it makes sense that they know who I am because they are supporting me with their HEDERA. So why not being transparent? Why not putting a face to an avatar, to a Discord profile? You know.
I agree. Of course, it's a personal decision, but at the same time, I feel like, of course, it can bring a level of trust, and nothing, is obligating you to be doing it. But I think it really came naturally for you, and same for me. At a point where I was like, there's only a very small minority that will be dangerous or whatever, like playing with whatever, trying to find who you are truly or where you live. But at some point, I think it's the same thing for you, where you want to connect with people. So yeah,
people know us. It's the thing. They have a face to put on the voice from the spaces. They have a face to put on the text from Discord. For me, it's different, and it makes total sense.
Absolutely, same for me too. That's why I started this YouTube to just so people can connect. And at one point, you want to, there's so many people I would just hug and have a high five every single day. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, seeing is an entirely different game, and much respect for taking this kind of leap of faith. Does your family understand this whole thing that you're doing, and your close ones?
Well, I don't speak a lot about this, for example, with friends, because it's hard for them to understand, that concept of fake internet money that everyone talks about when they don't understand crypto. But my closest family, my husband, for example, he knows very well what crypto is, and he always supported me ever since I started in crypto, and then when I started creating content for the crypto platform and everything. And even my parents, and this is kind of crazy, my parents know what I do. And my mother was like, oh, but the internet is dangerous and things like that, until the point where you remember during the bull run when everything was going up in prices. So my mother, okay, maybe I could if I give you some euros, would you invest for me?
Wow. So she's open. Wow.
Yeah. Exactly.
How old is she?
She's 65 right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was really nice. Yeah, because both her and my father were super interested when they saw prices going up. Of course,
for sure.
I told her, okay, keep your money because I have a bag for you guys already for a long time. And she was laughing, oh, but I need to give you the money because if you have the coins, don't worry, it's taken care of for a long time already. Because I was not going to buy when everything was going up, right? So
Wow. Hey, that's great. Yeah, I never talked about that to my parents. Maybe I should, because I feel, and truthfully, like in the last 2 years I've been in crypto right now, my circle really changed. Like 90% of my friends right now are here, you, Twitter, Discord, 90%. I still got, my friends from high school, but they just don't get it. they don't understand. And that's fine, because I never talk about it anymore. I'm like, hey, we're going to talk about the sun. We're going to talk about, sports team and whatever. But yeah, this has truly become my circle where, I pass, again, 90% of my time, 90% of my friends, DJ plays, and this entire world that's kind of mysterious to them. So yeah, that's felt. But Shout out to moms who understand. Maybe just a throwback on what you've launched so far with your 8 queens, just so for people to know, to have a reminder, and what's your next move, like say 2023, like say in the next 2 months or so.
Okay, so H Queens was something that I launched in, I believe it was November or late October of last year. And the reason why I wanted to have my own project, it's well, you know, I was part of Ethereum projects before, because I was on Ethereum before coming to HBAR, and I have a ton of HBAR NFTs, like at this point, close to 500 HBAR NFTs, probably. I'm a hoarder. So I wanted something that was different, in the sense that we know that our projects that value the community, there are out there, we know that, but I wanted to take it a step back and give back even more to the community, to the people that mint the NFT, because I'm not doing this as a way to support myself. I have my own business in real life. I can support for myself without any issues. So what I make, I want to give back either to the holders of the H Queens or to charity work. So this project started with 150 OG H Queens, and they have a revenue share for holders. 75% of royalties also go to holders. This is something that will always, everything will be set up on Sentient later. There will be a project page with a treasury wallet, everything, because I share the treasury wallet with folks, but it's different to have a page when you can go and check how many H bars there is and the claim process. We are going to do the same claim process that we do for our rev shares on Sentient as well, so that everything is compliant and everything works great for you guys and for myself as well, so that we are sure that in 5-10 years we are all still here without worries, without the SEC running around us. So this is like the absolute most, being sure everything is compliant, and that people are really having a return without feeling forced to sell. Because right now, when you have a return from a project, usually is when you sell the NFT. You expect, you hope that the price goes up and you can sell it. And I wanted something different, something that you mint, and it's always giving back to eternity, because as long as there's the NFT and there's market for it, holders will receive 75% of royalties. And then there's the part of revenue share. 20% of every new collection will go to the holders of the original H-Queen.
Wow. And that reminds me, I'm a holder, of course. I gotta go KYC on the Sentient platform, I think. It just reminded me. I have a reminder on my phone, but I'll do that for sure.
Also for the Sentient NFT, so make sure you have that in place.
I will do it right away. That's AI that you proceed with this whole thing, without giving us the secret sauce and all your secrets. How?
So I generate with AI, but then I'm a control freak and I do image editing, and I spend hours and hours and hours with each image, because that's control freak side, making sure that everything is like I want it to be. So it's not pure AI generated, because I take that extra step later of editing everything. Every single image is never what the AI generated. In fact, it's always my own after the image editing, and it's a lot of work, but I love it. I absolutely love it.
It's striking. It truly has its unique personality, and so it's a step through. So you use it as a step through getting to your final art. Wow.
Exactly, because I'm great in computers, but I have zero art skills. So I'm putting my nerdy side.
Look what you're putting out. Wow.
But it's true. I can do a lot of things with computers, and well, H Queens, it's one of those things.
It is. That's art directly, and there's been lots of discussion, not necessarily thought, but people do not especially understand. And I'm about to make like a roundup on. I want people to be much more open about AI assisted, because it's assisted what you're doing, and what anyone is doing mostly with AI. So it's a tool to get there, and not a finality project or product. So yeah, shout out to you and anyone who's using AI in such a way.
But because it's exactly like you said, it's a tool. Unless you are only generating and you don't edit anything, in that case it's pure AI, of course. But for people like myself and like Sam as well, and a lot more, they start with something that was generated, and they transform and keep working on that until it's what we desire. Yeah.
Where do you find the sweet spot? How do you stop? Like, so, okay, I got it. How? Okay.
After changing it like 1,000 times.
Making me cut. Oh yeah. Okay. 1,000 times.
It's how it's my creative process. Change it 1,000 times, and eventually you will like what you have.
Yeah. The fine line.
Exactly. It's not easy because
no.
Imagine, for example, that I need to share everything with Sam on the 5th for him to mint. Like, for example, I will keep editing some images until the 4th at midnight.
At the very last second. Okay, Sam. It's crunch time, but that's part of the thrill, right? That's part of why we do it too. At the same time, it's emotion, adrenaline too. Yeah, that's part of it.
And we have another cat.
Oh, there you go. What's his name?
This one is Freddy.
What's up, Freddy?
My cats have English names. It's funny, but it's true.
Wow. Hey, I gotta ask, is being a powerful woman inside our ecosystem, what's the angle? And especially, we got to say it, of course, in my opinion, of course, it's harder because you have to pave the way, because, still lots of old minds, if I can say it that way, out here. What would you say to up-and-coming artists, for sure? But how has this journey been for you too, as a woman inside, a men's playground, unfortunately?
True. Well, my experience even on the crypto side as a creator was always amazing, because I never felt that I was being treated differently for being a woman, and everyone is super welcoming. And over that crypto content creating platform, or here on HEDERA, of course, because we have an amazing community, as you know. And I never felt that I was not being given the same opportunities for being a woman in this space. And maybe it's because I dig a lot and I know a lot about the space as well. So maybe that gives me another advantage, is different than someone that just arrives and doesn't know what they are talking about. I'm not sure. But in fact, I never felt any barrier, any constraints for being a woman in this space. So for my end, nothing bad to say about that. Everyone is super welcoming. So yeah.
That's amazing news, because I think you came up with a professional package too. From the very first time we spoke, I believe it was on our Discord. You came up, you came up with a message, and you got yourself respected right off the bat. So yeah, for sure. I mean, that's true. It's true for many of us. So yeah, respect to any woman making their way in this in this crazy playground world. And
I think the most important message, and this is for everything, not only a female, it's really for everyone that is joining the space, is to make sure that they research. It's really important. It's not, sometimes works out if you just follow the hype from other people, but eventually it will fail, because eventually that hype will lead to a rug pull or something like that. So it's always best to do your own research, trust your instincts, and go from there.
Absolutely. And that comes with time very often, where, you learn, and then, well, you cannot learn every single time for the H Queens, for Sentient, for anything. This takes time. And that gives you time to learn. And that gives the project leads also to give you stuff. And that, in my opinion, that's the best element that builds trust, in my opinion. Time, for sure. But yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to give you a bit of alpha. About H Queens. Alpha. So there's a new collection being worked on right now. So I already booked a mint day. It's going to be mid-February. I don't want to release the day yet. And this is really alpha, because I just mentioned this today on the H Queen server to the whole community. So mid-February. The collection will be around myths, mythology, things like that, because it's something that I really love. And there will be some devil cats, some Pegasus cats, unicorn cats, things like that, just to give you an example. And I want to make sure that this collection is accessible, so it's going to be a cheap one, so that a lot of people can join the ecosystem, and to make sure that we start growing from here.
Hey, all right. So around Valentine's Day, let's go. Let's go. We're here for it. All right. Amazing. Really great. Thank you.
Cupid is also a myth, so why not?
Yeah, it's true. Ooh, extra juice again. All right. All right. That's great. All right. Hey, thank you so much for just taking the time this evening. I appreciate you passing by the show.
Of course, absolutely. It's my pleasure. I would be doing this all day, every single day, if it was possible, because when I started, and I still do, I hate my voice when I hear myself in recordings, and I don't like seeing myself on camera, but I believe that everyone has this issue. So I love being on spaces and talking to people. I love being on interviews like yourself, talking to people, but then I don't want to see them, because I hear my voice and I see myself, But I would do this every single day if I could, just for the pleasure of talking to other people and exchanging ideas and sharing my message as well.
Absolutely. Imagine I have the same thing, and I will have to edit this for a whole hour here in my annoying voice, and then but again, shout out to you. Professional who's doing it the right way. Major respect for everything that you do out there in our space, and just as a human being, for the auctions, for what you're doing, especially for anyone out there, who's in need of help. Respect and best of success leading on to the mint, and onwards with Sentient.
Thank you so much, Phil, and thank you for inviting me. And I can say that from Sam as well, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity and to speak about the Sentient platform as well. So it was really amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you two are real ones. Take care. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Peace.
Patricia, thank you so much for your presence today on the show. You are paving the way not only for women out there to have not equality, but equity in chances. And of course, you are bringing professionalism and of course an artistic craft that is one of one, even though you don't acknowledge it. Your art is golden. Thank you so much. And I will see you on the next show, H Barbarians.